Testing. Okay. Okay. One down. Okay. We're back. Hey, what up, nerds? Ah! hello. Happy Saturday. How's it going, everyone?
Also, I am here, but I am not well, so be patient.
Texting.
I will try to cough away from the microphone. We don't have a cough button.
We do not have cough buttons.
But yeah. Dagger, thank you so much for the 15 months.
15 months. Thank you, Dagger. Jotson, how's it going? Did you decide on a new project? Perchance? Hey, Tomatoes, Tebtek, Imposter, yep.
Who won that duel? Oh, Tomatoes won.
I am Imposter. Look, it's really hot here, and I needed a nice, cool shirt.
I thought you said you were grieving my
also
my
that
sickness.
Yes, I am grieving the lack of Selene cam. Temtic is asking. You could say anything.
Well,
you could say anything.
I will say that there is red on my shirt, and that is not a lie.
How's everyone doing today? We know how Selene is doing, but how are you nerds doing?
Yeah, I'm not doing so good.
Not yet. Okay. Fair. And Jotson, you said you're pretty much done with ridiculous shipping. Is that right? Like even content wise, or is just the systems and you're gonna spend some months like adding content? I didn't quite catch what was the sitch with ridiculous shipping. Selena can be forgiven, Bernard. I'm just keeping it comfortable.
Listen, we have a deadline.
We do.
If we didn't have a deadline, I might be not here right now, but we have a deadline.
We do have a deadline.
Medication. Get an ibuprofen thing going. Imagine that.
Oh my, Temptic, it's so warm here.
You should.
Yeah. I'll do the pizza. I'll skip the froge. We need to get those froge hair bands.
And bands, yeah. You have to compensate. Yeah, you can do cat ears on as well.
This is good.
Yeah.
Done with all the systems. Now marketing. We'll polish more before launch wherever that happens. Whenever that happens. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Good old marketing, right? And by good old, I mean the pain. The pain and suffering of marketing. Why can't games just, like, market themselves? Why can't thousands upon thousands of users just find them organically? That'd be great.
Isn't that called targeted ads? Targeted marketing?
Well, that costs money, though, doesn't it? Owie, hello, hello. Yes, deadline. Which is essentially in 10 days. Not even. We have to update our Steam page. And we are pretty much there. With the exception of what Selena's going to be working on today, which is adding more variants for the zombies and the humans. I have implemented that in already so that we can have multiple of them.
Yes.
So we will be ready very soon. Very soon. And then I'll probably record some gameplay. Like actually record a video and then try and find good screenshots off of that video clippage. I think that's the plan. Do you think it makes a difference whether you upload your game on itch or Steam or both? It depends what you mean. Difference in terms of what exactly? Like it certainly won't hurt the game in any way, I don't think. Audience. I'm not entirely sure. It depends on how you look at it. You can use itch as a way to release the demo of your game in hopes of funneling that excitement over to your Steam page. Or you can just regard itch as its own marketplace and just release on itch. There's always a chance that it pops off, right? So if you're okay with that extra workload of keeping the itch versions up to date and whatnot, then it could have a large upside. When it comes to us, I'm pretty sure we're going to release the demo of our games on itch, but release the paid full version on Steam and just link to Steam from itch. And that's mostly out of like resource, out of not having to manage the itch version alongside the Steam version. If we had more time for that type of things, then we'd probably release on both. But yeah. Brainoid, how's it going? Hello, hello.
Hello. I am here. I am listening. Did you know that I mislabeled every single one of my arm and leg layers? My lefts and rights are all wrong, even though I was like doing the whole math, figure it out, and they're still all wrong.
Didn't we decide that the right one is on the right and the left one's on the left?
Yeah, and I still got it wrong.
You still got it wrong? Okay. Just Cavino, hello. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Nothing huge has changed since the last stream, I don't think. I've done little adjustments here and there, playing around with numbers. I integrated the zombie upgrade that makes more zombies spawn, so that actually does something now. Yeah. But not a ton has changed. But yeah, from my part, in terms of this Steam event, I've done everything that I need to do. So today, I think we're going to be looking at zombies. We have added a few upgrades for the player that can add that player power. But now I wanted to advance the zombie situation a bit more to make the game more challenging. That could be adding more zombies or changing how they work slightly. I want to test out if I can just make normal zombies more deadly. Because at the moment, like I could just do this. I grab these 2 packs and, you know, I'm not concerned in any way. I can kite them very easily. To fix this, we need to either spawn more zombies to disrupt the player, or we need to somehow make these zombies a bit more complicated to kite. So one thing that I wanted to test out was if a zombie is far enough, they don't run directly at the player, or they have a chance of like trying to kind of like encircle the player type of deal. I think that could be interesting. So that instead of them bunching up immediately behind the player, they just kind of like this one would like go around and try and be here instead or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to play with it. Goob! Hello, hello.
Hello.
Forgetful Programmer, how's it going? Silly, hello, hello, good to see you. Happy Saturday. Let me on a tangent. Yeah, they just need some more spice. Because we don't necessarily want to rely on constant zombie spawning, because that affects other things in the game. The Spell Brigade does that really well. Enemy movement works in a way that you always need to be paying attention. Another thing I thought of was giving zombies like a bit of a randomization in their speed. At the moment, they all move at the same exact speed. But maybe some could be faster than others slightly. I don't know. There's a lot. There is a lot that could be tried out, so. Abram, how's it going? Game's going pretty good. We're almost at a stage where we're ready to update our Steam page. Selena's adding some more variants. So that the zombie horde has a bit of variety. But we're almost there. Right. So where do I start? Why don't we start with adding a bit of variance to the zombie speed, because that's the quick one, right? And we can just have it as a setting. We can turn it off if it's weird. It's all good. Royal and Kieran, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
And how's it going, Goob? How goes the vibe clicker? Hey, Takumo. How's it going? Okay. So, speed. How is speed handled? Okay, we have a speed variable that gets updated. I'd say that we can add a speed offset variable. Let's add a constant as well. Speed offset max. And let's say, again, that's just a little bit. Let's do like 0.1. Sure. Sure. And then when we update stats, no. Let's do it on ready. We can do a speed offset randomize. And we'll just say speed offset equals rand f range from minus speed offset max to speed offset max. And then we'll just run that both on ready as well as when the zombie is enabled. I did implement a zombie pool. So instead of instantiating and freeing zombie scenes, they're always instantiated in a pool, and they just get pulled out from the pool and then put back as needed. Going great. I'm making huge progress on it. Should have the alpha ready soon. Ooh. Wanted a prototype by Monday, and that's already in place. Good to hear. Nice. Would love to give it a go whenever you're ready. I do love me some clicker games. Okay. So we have the speed offset handled. And then we also have this. So depending on the stat, we set the speed. What if I did something like, instead of having to calculate that always, what if I just did a get? Wait, no, get is like this, right? And then we just return speed plus speed offset. Would that be crazy? I don't know. I don't know. Would love to share it when it's ready. Your feedback is always welcome. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's make ourselves invulnerable. Let's spawn like 10. And let's see if it changes how they move at all.
Just I'm answering in text, so I don't have to speak.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't like immediately see a difference in how they're moving. If we increased our offset, say like 0.5, which I believe is a lot, we should be able to see it. Hey TK. You have to animate. You have to animate each body part in code for the art assets to work for the main character. Not in code. The animation of the character is done with Godot's animation player. Is this working? It is. That nerd is definitely faster than the other ones. So you get a few that are like a bit more threatening just because they're faster. That's cool. I don't mind that. Oh! Bags! Hello!
Thank you for the fart.
Cheers.
I'm here, I'm just perishing.
Selena's sick, unfortunately. Amriel, hello.
I love that Maka heard a fart and then she comes straight to sit on her little spot.
You go have to check out Godot's animation tools. Yeah, I can give you a little sneak peek here. So I have this 2D scene, and then all of the sprites are like split out. You can see here I'm toggling individual bits, and then I use the animation player to move around individual bits. So all of that movement is done with the animation player. Like, is this a good way of doing this? I don't know. But it made sense in my brain, so here we are.
I mean, like, full disclosure, like, we're not sure if anything is being done correctly. We're just doing it.
I was like, I might need to use Godot. There's some software that allows you to do this. Like, is it Spline? Spine?
I think so.
Spine or Spline? I don't know. Spine. Spine. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is fine. The randomization on the speed is positive. Makes it so that a few zombies are a bit more threatening. Added zombie speed randomization. Finance some kind of integration with Godot as well, but I think you have to build your own version of the engine with it. I'm not sure why they don't just make an add-on. Yeah.
Is that why we chose not to?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't want to do it. To use Spine, because of the fact that of that you need to run a different version of Godot for it. But also the cost of the tool, and like knowing that with the tools that I'm comfortable with, I could achieve what we were planning. I was like, we really need to learn this entire new software. Yeah, it's a weird one. It could make our lives easier. It's possible, but we're kind of going with what we know.
I think for like larger scale stuff or more complex stuff, we might in the future, but
yeah. Or again, if you were animating, you might be more comfortable using that rather than Godot, right? So. Make Celine learn it, then you don't have to. Yeah. Yeah. I do really enjoy animating though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't want to take that away.
I have a question. How do you make game title logos? Do I just draw it?
Like the game logo?
Like the game logo itself, like this? This was designed by Celine.
Yeah.
right? Some of it is drawn, some of it is, you know, like in Illustrator, right?
Yeah, it went from basically, yeah, I did it just myself. You know, start with an idea, which is like basically I looked at a lot of old like comic book titles. That's how it was the first time we did it, and then I just went for something a little bit more modern, and then I drew that, and then I basically tried a bunch of fonts. I didn't quite like them, so I used a pretty basic font like Impact or something, and to just get the letters in place, and then I just drew over them slightly different to what I wanted them till I got that kind of shape. Then I warped the shape until we were kind of happy. Then I found a cool, like, that jaggedy font. I purchased that font because I thought it was perfect. And I just warped it, messed about, added some textures. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom.
Mm-hmm. A lot of iteration.
A lot of iteration until we got to the final one. Thank you. Like the part. What did we end up with? Where's the final one? The final one.
This is the final one.
Yeah, it's just a little splatter. Less is more.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth on like adding a bunch of texturing, and then it's like, oh, that's too much. Let's bring it back. The font, it was super skewed. It was like, wait, it's way too much skewed. Bring it back.
Yeah.
A lot of trial and error.
It truly was.
Zombie in the glasses. Yeah. You don't immediately notice it, but then you're like, wait, what is that?
Nice. I appreciate that you guys are noticing it as well, because that was one of the things, like, I know it's there because I drew it, but are other people gonna see it?
Yeah. And then we did this little exercise where we put it in the middle of other capsules that we like, just to kind of see how it stands amongst the giants. And oh, looks pretty good. The choice of blue shadow highlight is nice too. Like this one.
Yeah, I mean, playing with complementary color. Good. I learned this.
So you're saying your masters was worth it?
No, that was just a YouTube video. The preview to, yeah, exactly.
I learned today that VSync causes my Twitch or web browser to be slow and unwatchable. When turning it off, it's so much better. Huh. The VSync is like an option in the browser. I didn't even know that was a thing. VSync in the games. Oh, I see. That makes more sense. Okay. So what's next? I kind of wanted to try, like, what if... No, okay. Let's stick to the plan. All right. So we want to make it so that... So say the player is here. We're going to make it so that there's a radius around the player. And if a zombie is here, they go straight at the player. But if a zombie is outside that radius, they have essentially a chance to randomize where they're trying to get to. They could still go straight at the player, or they could try to be here or here. So if there's a bunch of zombies, the theory is that because they're all going to be randomized, they're kind of going to eventually try to surround the player. And once they get close enough, they'll try and reach the player directly. That's my theory. That math is going to be fun. Yep. Yep. It's me. I'm the math genius. Not.
I had to do so much math for work last week. It was crazy. I had to find out the area of an octagon and compare it to the surface area of an octagon and compare it to surface area of a rectangle that's missing a triangle from a corner.
What the heck?
A lot of math.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Does it go straight at the player, or does it still use pathfinding? Does it get stuck on walls? The zombies do use pathfinding. That is how they avoid obstacles, yeah. So basically what we're going to be doing is playing with their navigation target. At the moment, their target is always the player. But we're going to try and mess with that. Kaden, hello. How's it going? Enjoyed the lurk, Max.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, and you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
We're doing pretty good. Well,
you are.
Celine is sick. But other than that...
Yeah, apart from physical health, I am very good, thank you.
Yeah. I was sick last week.
I really
and they passed it on.
I really thought I was fine. Because I was absolutely fine until Wednesday. And then...
Yeah, it took a while to incubate.
Yeah.
A maca treat.
Is your time to shine?
My time.
I have Jeremy hands.
Cuckoo, you want treats? Maybe?
Thank you.
Let's see. I'll see if I can do this. This is this is not my expertise. Ow. Treats? Come here.
She meowed.
You see her?
Yeah. She meowed.
Look at the camera, cuckoo. Oh! No, I have more. Fell.
I love how she tries to reach for it.
I need to wash my hands. BRB.
Temptic says, I love how when Bernus absent or sick, there is no stream, but when Celini is sick, there is a stream. I just didn't want to let you guys down 2 weeks in a row. It just felt bad. And I was like, I can still draw.
I did not force anyone. This was her choice.
It was.
My choice was, ain't no way we're streaming today. I feel like crap.
Or Celine. No, it's just like, I don't like just sitting there and rotting away while feeling sick, because it feels like the time is going on really slow.
You wanted to do something.
I want to distract myself a little bit.
Mm.
But I still think we'll keep it short today.
Right.
Probably.
All right. So how do we do this? So first off, we need the range.
Sorry.
Wait. What if you put the legs directly on the head?
I can't laugh.
Humpty Dumpty. Listen, pivot. That could be the art style.
Could this be a rogue zombie?
I get flashbacks from the dwarves.
Oh no.
That would be terrifying. Exploding potato zombie.
It would be funny. Just see the scampering about the screen.
TK asks, is that a belly button or a nose?
Or a tail.
Why not both? A tail.
Oh. Keep it.
I feel like there's a game that has that art style. I'm just saying.
I think it should be an Easter egg, like 1% chance that it just runs across your screen. Like you can't hurt it or anything. It just runs across your screen. Okay, no more talking for me.
Okay. First off, we need the distance in which this can happen. So let's go surround distance. And let's call it, I don't know. Let's call it 5. 5 meters. So when their nav target is set, as you can see all this commented code, this was me already trying something like this. I did not like it at all. So I deleted it. So let's restart. So let's do this var target equals target. So vector 3. And first we need the distance to target. Let's call this final target. And this can still be the target. Cool. Then let's get the distance to the target. So distance to target is a float. And then we go global position distance to target. If distance to target is bigger than surround distance, then we want to apply whatever the heck we're doing. I learned about multi-line comments using the commas around the items. Multi-line comments using commas around the items. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. I usually highlight the multiple lines and then do Control/. But I guess if you wanted to write a multi-line long comment. Oh, with double? Are those double quotes? What is that? What is that character? 3 single quotes. Like this? I'm obviously missing something. I'm sorry. The whole thing. What? I'm sorry. Long things. I'm just gonna copy. This doesn't seem to be computing as a comment, though. Right? It is a comment. Interesting. Oops. Wait, how did this break? Uh-oh. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem to be complaining, so... Huh. Yeah, that's weird. It looks like it's seeing it as a normal string with that color. That's weird. TK asks, do you only use GD script? I mean, for game dev, at the moment, yeah. It's all in GD script. For work, I mostly write JavaScript. Okay. So if distance to target is beyond the surrounding distance, maybe we should draw this so we can keep referring back to it. So let's just go over here. So we have the player, then we have the surrounding distance. Let's call that SD. And right now we're saying if a zombie is within this distance, they go straight at the player. But if a zombie is outside this distance, they will randomly select a point on this line to go to. So if they're out here, we're going to, from the target, have a vector with the length as SD, and then we're going to randomly rotate it, and then that'll be our point. That makes sense to me, I think. Isn't GDScript a mix between Python and JS? I'm not sure. It's definitely based off of Python. I don't know if it has JS inspiration, but I did find it quite easy to learn coming from JavaScript. It felt very natural. I've never written anything in Python, so GDScript is my first experience with a language like this. I quite like it. For what I do anyway, like we're not making any revolutionary games here. It's pretty straightforward coding. It really is. Gonna do some dev. Nice. Good luck, Goob. You got this. So, right now, we're on a frame, let's say, and this zombie decides that this is the target. If in the next frame, they run this function again, we need to be able to know that they have already determined a target. We don't want to randomize the position every time they call the set nav target. Still, we don't want to save a position necessarily, because if the player moves, this should move in relation to the player. I guess we want to save the rotation or the direction of the vector that they're going for. So if we saved this angle, next frame it would say okay, it already has an angle, so I'm going to apply the same angle and I'm going to get this position. If the player moved here, it will still apply it to that same position in relation to the player. So let's do a surround direction, and we'll do vector 3.0. Personally, the reason why I don't like writing in languages like this is the lack of brackets and dynamic typing. In my opinion, static is overall much better when you need to pinpoint something, especially since languages like C# do accept implicit types like var. They just get set at initialization and always stay that way. Yeah, you're definitely not alone in that. I mean, a lot of people prefer static typing. Me, again, coming from JavaScript, I hate static typing. Like, I just want to be able to decide if I want to strictly type something or not. Sometimes I don't bother. Sometimes I want a variable that can have multiple types of values in it. And I understand the problems that come with that. And how that can like create bugs in the future, but it's just what I'm used to, and it's worked for me so far. And so yeah. Maka is hunting a fly.
Is she actually finally hunting it?
Okay, so if distance to target is beyond surround distance, we're gonna say if surround direction is different than vector 3.0, that means that we have already picked a direction, else we need to pick a direction. if we already have a direction, we're going to say that final target equals equals final target plus the surround direction times our radius here. So we get a vector like this. If we don't have a surround direction, then we want surround direction to be a random direction. How do we get a random 360 direction? We go vector 3 dot forward rotated on the up axis by an angle of rand f range 0 to TAU question mark. This is equivalent to pi times 2 or 360 degrees in rotations. That sounds right. Then we also need to do that. So we actually want to change this and say if surround direction is vector 3.0, we do this. And then we always want to modify the target. If we are within this range, then you want to go straight at the player. So we're going to say surround direction can now be at vector 3.0 again. Okay. Temporarily, we could say that surround distance is 0. And we should be able to see if this works at all. Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Because then this will apply 0. We can temporarily do this. Maybe. See what that does. I'm going to make myself invulnerable. I'm going to turn on pathing. I'm going to spawn a zombie. And here we go. Ooh. They're vibing. So they picked to be there, and if I move up, they move with me. Cool. Now we have more zombies. We can spawn more zombies, and they would decide to essentially encircle the player, which is what we were looking for. Okay. Cool. Why does he have no pants? No! That's illegal. Ogspot, hello, hello.
No pants.
You have to give him pants. I mean, that somehow seems fitting, or totally not Simon Pegg, but he does need pants.
It was so funny.
Okay. So let's see how this affects nerds. So now goes trying to surround and then go straight at me. It's definitely changing immediately how they're bunching up, because these nerds are like trying to come over here, which is really interesting. Okay, okay. I hate sucking at math. This is why you should pay attention in school. Even though they don't necessarily teach you vector math in school. Is because really what I want to do, I don't know how to do. This kind of works, but it's not really what I want. Like, this isn't bad. Like, I'd say this is an improvement in terms of making it so that they don't bunch up as much. That's good.
Thank you for the fart.
Valg, hello.
No. Oh shit.
The problem right now is because there's this hard cutoff. So like the player is here, the zombie is here, and the zombie decides that this is where they want to go. And then they go like this, and when they reach it, then they do like a 90-degree turn, which looks awkward. Passing that sickness around, yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, I didn't make it.
We thought that
Thought
Celine was immune somehow,
you were.
but it got there. Unfortunately.
Happens, it happens.
So, in order to make it so that this sharp turn never happens, that means that this position cannot be static. And it's like, okay, yes, the zombie's trying to get there, but the closer they are, the more this point needs to rotate this way. So it like meets. So they try to go like this, but then they do like a natural arc. I don't know how the heck. I mean, I'm sure it's possible with some nice clean vector math, but do I want to do that right now? Do I want to do that right now? I don't know. I don't know about that. Another kind of weird situation is that because we're using 360 degrees, a zombie could be here and decide that they want to be here, which is kind of useless, I guess. Like, these points make sense.
For a zombie.
These points here make sense on this half of the circle. But do these points make sense? I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe I just sit on this for a bit, see how it feels. Algebra to the rescue. Yeah. Yep. Sure wish I paid attention. Can you lerp the rotation? Can you lerp the rotation? So, right, that would mean lerping it based off of the distance to the target, right? Maybe. Maybe. How's it going, Captain Anosa? Anything but algebra. Bear like lion, hello. How's it going? Yeah, LARP could work.
Bruh.
Algebra.
Algebra. It's going well. Planning out my next project today. Ooh, exciting. Do you have a list? Or are you already set on what you're doing next? Met up my first PR to Godot last night. Yeah, I saw your I saw you shared it on Discord. The response has been divisive. Yeah, I had a quick glance, but I don't understand it. So I was like, well, I don't have an opinion. I don't know what this is referring to. But if I gather correctly, basically it's like some people are saying, sure, why not? And some people are saying, if someone is trying to hack it, then your change won't necessarily help. Like, they'll know how to get through it, type of thing. Is that accurate? I'm set. I plan on taking my last Game Jam game, Robot Citadel Rush, all the way to Steam. Oh, snap. But it needs a lot of work. Yeah. I can relate to that. It's a big decision, you know, to decide to take it all the way up to a release you're expecting people to pay money for. But if you stick to it, then I am sure you can get it done. You just gotta stick with it. I think that's the hardest part with
We're in an ad.
oh, we're in an ad. Correct. Whoops.
I'm just gonna ship him. Gonna make the sheet now. while
Yeah.
I'm here.
For sure. they definitely get. They're definitely more difficult to avoid. So this change does have an impact, which is good. But yeah, it does feel really strange. They're sharp turns. Maybe I need to address it now. I'm not sure. We're back. We're back from ads. Nice.
On the whole, like, encryption key and all that stuff, I might not understand any of it, but I feel like if the change is enough to deter people who are like too lazy to then bother,
Yeah.
then it's already doing something, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, it's not gonna stop someone who's determined to like break through it, but you know, there might be people that are just lazy. So at the first instance, they're like, whatever, not worth it, you know.
Right.
And that's already a little bit of a win. That's mine.
Yeah. For now, Godot's encryption key is in plain text, and the binary might change obfuscates the key. Some security is better than no security. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's also, you know, if you save your game state to file in plain text versus in binary, right? It's like if someone wants, they can just modify the binary file to see what's actually in it. But a number of people won't know or care to do that, so you're already catching some people that would have done it otherwise. So I definitely understand that argument. Someone decrypted my game and wrote their own hack, right? It took them a few minutes to pull my AES key. I'm currently brute forcing the new method, and it's taken over 20 hours from 4 minutes. I see. I mean, yeah, that's definitely gonna make a lot of people give up, right?
Yeah. It's like having a like when I was little, in like where I lived, like people had dogs to prevent burglaries because burglaries were so common. And, well, the dog won't necessarily stop someone from burglary, but it certainly deters.
Yeah. Yeah, they could handle a dog if they wanted to, but
Yeah.
going through that hassle is a whole other level of commitment.
Yeah.
Did you see the Diapers Please video? I did not.
Also, I am here. I'm just really sick.
Yeah, Selena's not feeling so good, so her camera is just off today. Bear, we can't see links in chat, but if you want to drop it in the dev channel where you posted before, I'd be happy to look at it. Okay. How hard would it be to try out this lerping situation? Oh my god. Yumo, how's it going? Thank you for the posture check. Love this sound every time. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Okay. So we have the surround direction. What? Liumo, thank you so much for the sub. Omg. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So adjusted direction, which would be a vector 3.
Liuma, my camera's off just because I'm really sick.
Omega. Results are in, and we got 30th place in the jam. How many entries were there?
That's really good.
93. Nice.
Well done.
That's great.
Congratulations.
So we have a direction.
I'm not really sure what he's working on. There's a lot of math happening. I'm just trying to draw some variants of people.
Yeah, Selena's is giving us more nerds, more zombies.
Do you want the tie as an accessory?
I think let's keep it just the one torso piece for now.
Yeah.
And maybe when we have a few more, we can decide on accessory slots. I'm trying to make the zombies more deadly by making them surround the player a little bit instead of always going straight at the player, which makes them really easy to kite.
I'm gonna make a teeth.
Okay. Can you lerp vectors? Variant to variant. You can lerp vectors. So we do have a nav direction. Boy. Oh boy. It'd be nav direction. Can I invert that? Nav direction to surround direction. The weight has to be... Oh boy. Oh, this breaks my brain so much. Gotta run and get some errands done, but have a good stream and have a great day. Thank you so much, Bear. You as well. Good luck with your errands. So in its current state, we have the player, we have the zombie, and if they're trying to get to here, they go like this. So they get within the range, and then they turn abruptly. And I'm trying to change this so that you have the player, you have the zombie. They're trying to get to here. But instead of doing that straight path, they're going to try to be getting there and then slowly turn into the player. So we need an outer bound, an outer range, where it starts lerping towards the player. So we need this radius. So between this radius and this radius. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. And for vectors, you do vector.lerp to other vector. We can try that. We can try that. So surround direction lerp to another vector. Yeah. And then the weight. So how do we determine the weight? Distance to target. Let's do another const surround lerp distance. Let's put that at 6 meters. So here we need the weight. So if they're at this value, the weight needs to be 0. If they're at this value, the weight should be 1. Right? So we have distance, and we have the surround distance and the lerp distance. This would be 1, this would be 0. God, I suck at math. I need to try ChatGPTing this. Let's see if we can figure it out. Okay. I have a distance variable, and I'm trying to calculate a weight variable where if distance less or equal to 5, then weight equals 1. If distance is greater or equal to 6, then weight equals 0 in GD script. You can calculate the weight using a simple linear interpolation. clamp the result between 0 and 1. Here's a concise way to do it. Clamp. Clamp. What does clamp do again? Clamps the value, returning a variant not less than min and not more than max. Oh, right, sure. Yeah, of course. Sure, okay. You're asking AI, it's much better to ask GitHub Copilot. It's the same at ChatGPT, just even better in terms of programming. Right. Clamp is like math floor and math ceiling. Yeah, it just makes it so that a value can't go over the values, right? Okay. So with this, I have to figure out how to ask the question. Yeah. Yeah, when you don't understand something, asking how to do it can be a real trouble. So at distance 5, distance minus 5, so be 5 minus 5, which is 0. That would be 0. So 1 minus 0 equals 1. At distance 6, so this would be 6 minus 5, so 1 divided by 1 is 1, so you'd end up with 0. I don't know about that. Kind of pulling, like the 6 is not defined. Oh no, this is the definition. I see. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so this is distance to target. This is surround distance. This has to be not 1. Has to be basically LARP distance minus surround distance. Oh boy. Isn't that fun? Does this also need to be? Remind me, what do you want to do exactly? I'm trying to LARP a vector, because right now the zombie tries to get to a position and then they do a sharp turn, and I'm trying to add a gradient basically. So between this range and this range, it should turn smoothly towards the player rather than doing this abrupt change in direction. So I'm trying to determine, okay, if they're anywhere outside of this range, then they go at the point that they're trying to get to. But if they're within this range, they start turning towards the player, essentially. Is it trying to tell you clamp 6 minus distance, 6 minus distance? can also use smooth step. Smooth step. Returns a interpolation from 2. The problem is this weight here. This is what I'm trying to get. The weight of the two things. Right? Where, because in this example, oh my god, Siler! Hello, Siler. How's it going?
Hello.
Hope you had a great stream. Of course, if you're dying to go grab a snack, understandable. But it's good to have you, nerds.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the fart.
5 and 6 should be variables. I am actually. I missed lunch. Yeah, I figured. Go get that lunch. Okay. Yeah, this is what I wanted here. I mean, I suppose smooth step would still probably apply in some way here. Just not sure if that would give me the correct weight that I'm looking for. Sorry, I have a hard time explaining this stuff, because I'm terrible at math. Okay, so say we did this. We do our clampage. Let's print some stuff so we can see it in action, I suppose. So we want to print the distance to the target, and we want to print the weight. Okay. Hey Jacob, smooth step should work. Yeah, we'll give it a go in a second here. Weight is shadowing. I have another weight. Oh, right, there's soft collision weight. Okay. So we do this, clear zombs, then I'm gonna spawn one. What? Huh? Oh, I have it off. Derp. Okay, so their weight is at 0. And then... This distance to target is just incorrect. What? Pausing. Okay. That's awkward. Pausing the game doesn't stop the process. So it's still... Wait, no, that can't be. That can't be. Pause. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So when they were beyond the 6, they were at weight 0. Then they start going into it, and 0 starts increasing progressively until they reach 5. And it's at 1. So this pretty much worked. But is it doing what I want it to do? Like visually, did it make a difference? See. Let's turn on pathing. So we can see where it's trying to go. Yeah. Kind of. Nope. That did an abrupt turn. It's doing some weird stuff.
Oh my god.
Let's try increasing this. Hey Langos and Moraine, hello, hello, hello. You guys have any sick sound effects you need? Selena's prime candidate for recording.
6 sound effects, I gotcha.
What am I to do? Sure. Right. It's like... No, stop it. Bad zombie. Like, it's almost working. Like, you see them starting to turn, but then they go back. Why do they go back?
Yeah, I did catch the sickness.
Why do they go back?
It's quite unfortunate.
For some reason, they flick back to their original thing at the end. Is it because of this? No, shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. They're scared. Okay. So smooth step. 6, 5 distance. So we're saying wait if we did smooth step. We did this. Weight's at 0, which is what we want. Weight's at 0, and then when it reaches 5, it's at 1. Yeah, that looks like it's doing virtually the same calculation. So yeah, I think that works. Do they still do the flick? So they're here, then they start to turn. Why do they turn back? Why do they turn back? They start turning, and then they turn back.
Thank you for the fart, Lance.
How's it going, Lance? Maybe I need some buffer here so they don't... I wonder if they're like saying, okay, we're now within surround distance, but then somehow are saying actually we're not, and it's getting confused. Say Nax, thank you for the follow. We can say if distance to target is bigger than surround lerp and surround is equal to 0, then we randomize it. Else, if distance to target is bigger than surround distance, and surround distance is different to 0, do this situation, else remove it. So that should create a buffer. A buffer for them to assume they're now outside of the surround range again. Does that make a difference? I think it made a difference. Doing well, thank you. How about you? I'm figuring out the balance between throwing signals everywhere and using good old functions. Yeah. I do love me some signals. Like, look at that weirdness. That was crazy stuff. Look at that. I definitely made it worse. Okay, let's revert that. Chad, hello. It's like almost there. What was that?
That will add up over time.
Loving that little dodge roll he does. Thank you. That's really annoying because it's almost working. Like they do the turn, the smooth turn, and then they get jerked off. Wait, they get listen, that was no. That was completely intentional. I meant they get like shoved off the path. Oh my god, that just actually came out of my mouth.
That is now on the internet forever.
They jerk like they. Oh my god.
I wish we had a spit like.
I didn't actually say that out loud. Oh my god.
You sure did.
Bruh.
You did that to yourself.
I meant like they get pushed off.
Oh, I'm so sad my camera's off you. I would have loved to see my face when you said that.
I wish I didn't even acknowledge it. That would have been better. I hate that I realized it as I was saying it.
No.
I meant the movement is jerky.
You're never gonna live that one down.
That was rough. That was really rough.
Oh, Ross.
I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
I didn't realize it was that type of game.
I don't like any of it. I ran into an issue where my production modules were only supposed to accept X materials, but they pulled the total amount X all at once. For some reason, the signals weren't switching states, so for now, the production center will command modules to start. I'm not entirely sure if I'm following that. They were meant to pull one at a time, but they pulled everything at the same time. Is that what you mean? The signals were causing that? Chad, no. No. Stop it. I assume some clips are being posted. Which is just rough. That is now on the internet forever. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That was genuinely unintentional. Like it is a jerky movement, and they were going off path, and somehow those words got combined, and I have such regrets. I'm helping. Okay, I think maybe this has to do for now. So they don't all bunch up immediately. Some of them, like these guys here, are moving parallel to the player, which is really cool. I like that. And then when they get close enough, they go to the player. I'll need to sort out, you know, making it so they don't do those abrupt direction changes. One way I could fix that as well would be making the zombies move based off of acceleration rather than just the direction they're trying to go. That way the supposed easing would be done just by acceleration forces alone instead of me having to lerp the direction itself. Okay. So that's cool. Yeah, let's just roll with this. Let's just roll with this for a while, I think. See how it feels. Cool. Cool. Get out of here. That didn't work at all. Okay, so made it so zombies try to surround player.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come here.
It was a silent sneeze.
Wait.
Oh, there's more. Ooh, bless. You guys can't see it, but Selene is making some weird faces. Yep, that's it. So I had a signal that got stuck somewhere, and I haven't figured that out yet. As a workaround, I have a function that the production center that holds all the modules will call to direct any ready modules to start their production tasks. Right.
Thank you.
Right, so instead of using signals to get things moving, you basically have like a manager, a brain that delegates or sets them off when they're ready. That makes sense.
Sickness is distorting my face. Yeah, Falgi, that's exactly what's happening.
she's still making weird faces. Okay. Cool. I've also made the zombies a teeny bit faster, their base speed, so that should make them deadlier as well. It's not entirely a question of deadlier. I don't think the player needs to get hit always by any means. Basically what I'm trying to do is make it so that sometimes the player doesn't get to go where they want to go because the zombies are there, right? So like sometimes the player should be forced into running into other zombies or forced into a dead end that they didn't want to go into just because the zombies are in their path.
But it would also mean that you can then have items or utilities and things that can, you know, like the brain candy idea.
Yeah.
You could divert them.
Yeah, divert the horde, yeah. Or teleport over it.
The
or,
Naruto run is essential.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to do that.
Thank you for the hydrate. This must be like my 10th tea of the
Oh,
day.
hydrate. Cheers. We need to have a veggie zombies that says grains. How are we feeling about the speed lines as well? The action lines. Does this look good? I made it quite subtle. I didn't want it to be too overpowering.
Maka says yes.
Thank you, Maka.
Can I see yours?
I think it adds to the it adds to the sense of speed. But I feel like in the late game, when you pretty much have 0 cooldown on your utility, you're going to be using this all the time, so it shouldn't be too in your face. Looks good. Thank you, thank you. Sound effects are also nice. Thank you, Limo.
Deja vu. Maybe we should. I should record some extra zombie sounds today. You know what I mean?
Your scratchy throat.
Yeah. Gotta make the most of it, right?
Mm. Do you have any release date in mind now when such a big portion of the game is ready? Our current plan, and it's likely, I would say that our plan will change, but our current plan is we want to have a demo out into the world this year. Maybe not on Steam necessarily, maybe just itch this year. And then we want to release the game next year. Probably close-ish to the end of next year. That's the plan. It would be great. It would be great to have a playable version for anyone that wants to try it and give feedback in, I don't know, next few weeks, next few, like, couple months, tops. I would love to get people play testing, just to see how it feels, what they think about it. So I've been focusing a bit more on balancing and upgrades and stuff, so there's like multiple things to try out. And then it's just gonna have to hunker down and add a bunch of, or like all of the systems to get it demo ready. You know, like a little vertical slice of the game that's nice and polished, that we feel we're ready to show the world. With Super Cat Cafe, we released a... Oh, I'm dead. Okay. That's interesting. I just died. Okay. Sure. With Super Cat Cafe, we released the game to the public on itch quite early.
Yeah.
Like, it was a very simple prototype. We're probably not going to do that this time around.
Well, because the jam version is already up there.
That's true.
I think
That's true.
When we want to upload this one to itch, I think it should be literally further away.
Mm. I can play test, although I'm bad at this game genre. I can test from a casual player point of view. That's awesome. Yeah, that is very valuable. The dream is always to have a game that's very approachable but has enough skill expression where you can get good at it, right? But you still want someone that's bad at it to enjoy it. Some games are really hard
Like me.
to make that possible. You know, like a competitive tactical shooter. It's really hard to make it so that if you're bad, you're still having fun. But in some other genres, that's possible. This is actually a zombie creature collector game.
Huge.
Yeah.
They're in all the fests.
We could have a zombie dex
Yeah.
with all the different peoples.
Actually. I'm not even joking.
I mean, we are gonna have like special types, so we actually could do that.
Like the way I'm building the sprites, we will have the art.
Right, like in HD, Super
Yeah.
HD.
Yeah. Gotta cure 'em all.
I like the idea of roguelike, but they are usually too complicated for me because progression is not saved after dying. Yeah. Yeah, in some roguelikes that can feel really punishing. True. But yeah, for fans of the genre, it can also be the whole hook is that, right? You just go again and again and again and again until you figure it out. I must have played Slay the Spire for dozens and dozens of hours before I ever beat the final boss. And I mean, it's probably my favorite game of all time. In fact, for me, whenever I play a roguelike and I beat a run on the first time round, it's an instant refund for me. When a game poses itself as a roguelike, but it just expects you to win every run, I don't get the point. I just don't feel like playing it anymore. The drunk rock band game problem. The drunk rock band game problem? What is this referring to? Solved by we invite all the old lady librarians from downstairs up to play our game. If they can finish a level, we're good. Yeah. And it doesn't even need to be finish a level, right? It can just be, okay, they didn't finish the level, but they're somehow still having a bunch of fun, right? And they keep trying again and again. That's good enough, right? If there's some casual mode or something that would work for players like me. Yeah, I think in this type of game, the key is going to be in the difficulty ramp. If you can play the first 10 minutes of a run consistently, and during those 10 minutes, you are able to collect some resources, so then you eventually get overrun, you die, you go back to your lab. Still, you collected some stuff, so you upgrade your lab, unlock some more content to try out. But you're still progressing. And maybe there'll be some like high level content where you actually need to fully succeed in a run. But I guess that should never be... That should never limit you from progressing with the story and stuff. It might mean that, you know, you're not able to unlock this one specific thing, but it won't be central to progressing the story and unlocking things altogether. It won't be like a hard skill check.
Is it 3D, 2D?
Bit of this, bit of that, Charlie. This is what we like to call, and by we I mean game dev community, likes to call 2.5D. It is a 3D world populated with 2D sprites.
And some 3D.
And some 3D models, yes, that's right. So for example, this building here, you can see is fully 3D.
Thriller! Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. No.
Thriller, yes. 2.5D or the smooth criminal perspective.
Oh man. That's it, that's what we're calling it. It's not 3D, it's not 2.5D, it's smooth criminal perspective. Camera angle is smooth criminal.
Here's how it looks with the actual camera view. Oh no, all my nerds. All my nerds.
You nerds! Not you nerds!
They're getting turned.
I'm sure that's not how you use that word.
What do you mean? They're getting turned into zombs.
Turd.
Wasn't that word like in fashion at one point?
Yeah, but it's here.
It just fell out. Turned. I'm not even sure what it means. Turned up for what? Exactly. Ow. No. Turned is a millennial term.
Yeah.
It's
so,
been that long.
Yeah. The moment we were out of fashion, that's when came out of fashion.
Today I learned. We don't party anymore, so it's phasing out. Fair. The camera angle stays the same. It does. The camera angle is static. That's not necessarily a hard rule for this type of aesthetic. Some 2.5D games do let you turn the camera, and then all the sprites just turn with it. They're always facing the camera. Liam also said, some games have this story mode as a separate difficulty level. Yeah, I mean, we may need difficulty settings for this game. Potentially. I'm deving a duck and I feel stupid now. What's up? What's wrong, Langos? So the orientation of the sprites adapt in relation to the position of the camera, or are they also just static? Again, in our game, because the camera is static, when I move the camera, the sprites don't move along with it, right? However, some games could use this, for example. So they might use a billboard setup so that the sprite is always looking at the camera. So I can move around and it just rotates with the camera. So some games do this. But yeah, because our camera is static, we don't really need to worry about that. Lalain, hello. Doo-doo-doo. If those people keep turning to human and back to zombies and back to human, aren't they full of bites and bleeding wounds? Wouldn't it be better to let them die? Oof. I don't know. There's something happening there. For some reason, they don't really get hurt. I think it's the cure. The cure is so amazing that it cures all wounds as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that good. I guess it was just a perspective playing with my eyes. I thought the sprites were adapting or something. Yeah, that's the beauty of this visual aesthetic, is that it really does look like
I think that we really created something pretty cool. Dare I say so?
pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. It just works. If you correctly angle the sprites towards the camera, it just feels right. In the same way, as soon as you slightly break it, it completely breaks the illusion, right? So if we misangled the sprites, you can start to see how they look slanted. So little mistakes immediately come through if you don't have it set up correctly.
I have good news.
You have good news.
You have a second human.
That's crazy.
Good news.
Do 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 do. Let me pull that in. Should be very easy to set up. Knock on wood.
Who got scared? How'd Cat Cafe work out? So happy you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, it went amazing.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It
Super proud of it.
it went beyond our expectations. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're currently sitting at around 70 positive reviews. Sold way more than we were expecting. We genuinely could not ask for more. It went great for our first release.
Yeah.
As we were making the game, and even, we released with 2,000 wish lists? I can't remember if it was 2,000 or 3,000. But even with that number, there was always this fear in the back of our mind that,
Sure.
We'd release the game, we'd get like a handful of reviews, but it would just kind of fizzle immediately. But no, every other day, someone buys the game, someone plays the game.
Yeah.
Which it feels really good. It feels great that it didn't immediately, dissolve into the oblivion.
Yeah. And I just love the heartwarming reviews. There's some people out there that genuinely like really love it, and it's just so heartwarming.
Some people made YouTube videos as well, which are just like it's just something special. Just watching a complete stranger play and enjoy your video game.
Yeah.
It is quite the feeling.
Oh boy.
So yeah, it was great. We are currently working on Super Cat Cafe a little bit every week to localize it. We want to translate it to as many languages as we feasibly can.
Yeah.
Starting with the popular ones, according to our Steam stats. Yeah, we're chipping away at that every once in a while. Adding Max Verstappen. I don't know who that is. I just watched F1, by the way. Is that the movie? The F1 movie?
No, I think there's like a Formula 1 event as well. But yeah, it could be a movie.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I would not know. It's the guy. The guy. Damn. He has won first place many times. Ah, I see. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't know much about that. Well, just my dad is into it.
Okay, this is totally gonna work. First try, and it's all going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the fly still flying? Cuckoo, I thought you were hunting. And yes, I did make the 3D models. I did those in Blender. I'm gonna sneeze again.
Uh-oh. Guys, it didn't work.
Oh.
Don't tell Sally. It didn't work.
The person didn't work? But how come?
No, it's not your fault. It's my fault.
Oh, my back!
Thank you, Mags.
Wowzers. Oh my goodness. What in the world?
I'm back. Got KFC. Ooh. Nice.
Can we order something today? Are we allowed? Or no, we're not allowed. It's okay if we're not allowed.
Look to eat my mashed taters. Nice. Okay, lurkies. We kind of have to cook. Well,
Okay.
it depends on the dates. It's a chorizo, which is fine in terms of dates. I just need to look at the
We
other
need to look at
stuff.
the cheese, don't we?
Yeah. Why doesn't this work? We got a person. We got a person. I added the person to the persons array.
Thank you for that part.
It's gonna be me in 30 minutes. Worth it. Persons. We go to our human manager. We are importing persons. And we are picking a random person. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to make a person. Call this person. No, I'll call them Olive. Olive will be this. Yep. True. True.
Oh, thank you for that fart. Sorry for the cough.
And then not Simon will be our second.
Definitely not Simon.
Definitely not Simon will be our second person. Nope. Like so. Then we're gonna go into our persons. We're going to remove these persons, which have Olive and not Simon.
I thought it was formal Nick. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Formal Nick. Formal middle-aged Nick. Some people cough to cover farts. We're here to cover coughs. Here we fart to cover coughs.
Amazing. That's great. You know.
Oh, I've been pizzaed. Oh no. Hello. I just realized that I'm a dingus. And this has probably been working all the time. Yup. There he is.
Oh, look!
I was looking at the zombies, looking for him, but there's no zombie version yet.
No, I'm drawing that now.
Yeah. So I was just being a dingus.
Dingalingas.
That is a good hat. Cheers. I was just looking for what didn't exist.
He's there. Look at him. He looks alright, yeah?
It looks great. Is that from Shaun of the Dead?
No comment?
No.
Yeah,
It's Shaun. Yeah, it's Shaun. Shaun of the Unalive.
Shaun the Cured.
No, but seriously, it's not Shaun, okay? It's not.
It's a cosplayer.
A cosplayer, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at that badge tempting.
What is that? Clips leader.
He got turned on his way to Comic-Con, unfortunately.
Oh no. Wait.
What?
Did you get that from the clip I'm thinking? Uh-oh.
I want to laugh really hard, but I can't.
Dude, I was watching Jotson. I think it was yesterday. That stream was gold. I got 2 clips that I swear if I could frame and put up clips on the wall, I would frame the clips that I got from Jotson yesterday.
And yours?
Hmm?
And your clip?
No. No, I'll stay away from my clip. DL.
Oh no, it's on the leaderboard.
Good day, DL. Oh no. I can't even show Jotson's clip because it's kind of like dark humor. But it's so good. I want to show it so bad. I can't do it.
You've already made one oopsie today.
Yeah.
Hello, North Pole Light. Hello, Miss Blinky.
Show it. I can't. We need a Two Nerdy Nerds after hours. We should make that happen. We just do a late night unhinged stream every once in a while.
Yeah.
I died. Get right. North Pole Light, hello. And DL, hello. How's it going? Ms. Blinky, hello. You got my dinner on your head. How'd that got there? What was the inspiration behind this game, guys? So this game was actually made for a...
Whoa. Oh my god. I can use this as an excuse to cough.
Miss Blinky, thank you for the 102 biddies.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
So this game, so the prototype is actually on itch right now. You can play it by checking out that link.
Yeah.
It was made for a game jam where the theme was It's Spreading. It's Spreading. And we came up with this game where, you know, it was zombies, but the twist is that not only is the virus spreading.
Sorry, I farted.
Thank you, Tempting.
Thank you for that 69 biddies.
Not only is the zombie virus spreading, the cure that the doc has created is also itself like has a viral component and it's spreading as well. Now this prototype, which we're super proud of, unfortunately did have some pretty serious performance issues. You can still like get a feel for it and enjoy it. It's still fun. That's why we decided to keep going with it. But I can probably illustrate in game here what it does. So if I add some specific upgrades to kind of make that happen, I'm gonna give myself the dart gun. I'm gonna increase the cure spread, let's say, and then give myself some cure per second. Okay, so if I get a big bunch,
Those were some bones cracking.
thank you for the posture check. So if I cure a zombie, you see how it's spreading to other zombies? So the cure itself has a viral component and it spreads throughout the zombie horde. So that's how we interpreted the theme, essentially. Yeah, that's where it was born, the game jam. We had a ton of fun.
Thank you for that fart.
We had a ton of fun with that game jam. We also learned lots. And actually, it's when this stream started. We decided to stream that game jam
Actually.
last year. And we've been streaming ever since.
No.
Okay, let me do a little stretch here. Thank you for giving him pants, by the way. Do appreciate that.
It's not as funny anymore, but I understand. You could give him like long, like boxers, like the polka dot. Yeah. I think that would have been funny too.
Lance, you saw the clip? Is this my clip? Or I mean the clip of me? Oh no. Oh no.
Sorry.
But yeah, the nerd looks great.
Nice.
You zombifying him now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's my turn to be sick. Oh, thank you for that fart. I need to sneeze again.
Pew, 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 pew.
Maka meows every time I sneeze. I wonder if she's like actually worried.
Yes, the most recent clip. Oh no. Listen, it was an accident, I promise.
He says bless you.
Okay. Cool. We have a nerd. Added not Simon. You have many nerds. This is true. This is true. Nerd alert. How about you nerds? How are the projects coming along? What are you up to? You know that Lance has got the his space game with now has some manufacturing and stuff. Kind of looking forward to see that. With the modules and all that stuff. Temtic, you're still working on your ground control game, right? What else are people up to? I joined a jam that has 2 days left, and I never got myself to continue working on it. 2-day jams are a trip. They are something else.
Yeah, I think you either like you're just ready to buckle in, or yeah, the inspiration just doesn't come to you, and it's just like well, it is what it is.
Chicken, that's what you got going on, Mags. Nice.
That's good. Chicken's good.
Affirmative. Yeah, Temtic still working on ground control. Overscoping as always. I see. Lucas started working on a top-down shooter roguelike game. Nice. I hope that's going well.
Oh my god, it's 5:30. Let me give Coco her dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Lucas, I hope that's going well. Top-down shooter roguelike. So are we thinking kind of like Enter the Gungeon type of vibes? I made a click game. True. 5 clickers, looking good. It was 10 days. There's only 2 days left. Oh, I see. I see. So you joined, and it. What made you stop going for it? Was it the theme? Did the theme not spark any ideas? Jacob says, I had a little playtest last night, and my game feel loop is getting there. Nice. Good stuff. Fingers greasy, nose leaking, spicy. Mom spaghetti. Similar to Enter the Gungeon. Cool. Nice. Yeah, tempting. I was hearing it. I was hearing it in my head as I was reading it. You people finish project, isn't it just a pile of infinite projects infinitely being developed or dropped? It's hard. It's hard, Anima. We abandoned a project not that long ago. We decided to chase this new project here, which we're definitely gonna finish and release. But before we did that, we were trying to learn a bit more about 2.5D, like combining 2D sprites with 3D models. And we did this little prototype. Could I just run this, perhaps? Will it run? It's running. Wow. Oh, what happened to the textures? RIP. Yeah, we were working on this little prototype where you're a little dwarf mining away. In this current iteration is also a roguelike where you're trying to satisfy the king's tax, the king's tithe. So you have to mine minerals, bring them to the platform, and then when the timer ends, the king collects the tithe.
Oh no, the crates.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to those textures. That's pretty weird. And also, you get little helpers. So when you successfully complete the tithe, you get little helper nerds. And they just bounce around and mine the rock. And once you found the exit of this level, you can go to the next level. So like you go down into the cave and you get a different map. Then you get to mine that, and you just keep going, and then the king's tithe keeps increasing. So you have to mine faster and faster. It's a little laggy. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I opened this up. Maybe there's some weird stuff I was working on. But yeah. We abandoned this one. I don't think it was necessarily the fault of this game. I think we were just really excited to start our next commercial project.
Yeah.
Reclaim the Living. So we just we decided to ride that wave of motivation and hype. Just started it. We also worked on this project enough that we were comfortable with the whole 3D game dev situation. So we figured, good enough. The brought galactic vibes. Yeah, yeah. Rock and stone, baby. Diggy diggy hole. Doggy doggy hole.
Oh no.
Common mistake. Mr. Chin doesn't even need a mining pick. He just walks up, hits it with his face. Let me see if we can showcase what Lance is talking about. I can't remember if we left it in game or not. Let me in. And yeah, the idea with this game is that you'd continue to upgrade yourself and your team of dwarves with like more damage or more speed, like special abilities, all that stuff, so that you could mine faster and faster and faster to keep up with the tide. You know, we may return to it. I feel like there's some bones here. Some solid foundation to build upon.
Might restyle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're over the aesthetic here.
I just don't think there's one real cohesive.
Right.
Did you see my thing?
Your thing.
I can't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. Bottom right, you can see what Lance was talking about. The chin that could level mountains.
Yeah.
Charlie says it was the Pixel Game Jam. The theme was From the Dead. I got an idea, but it was a pretty vague idea. So yeah, yeah, that happens. It happens. He's cosplaying Zorro.
It's good.
It's also kind of weird, like once you have the skeleton of a game, like the core pillars, systems that make it remotely playable, you kind of have to decide if you just want to go with what you have in your head of like what the game is, or if you want to explore different designs for this basic idea. Because at its core, the idea for this game is you have a team of dwarves that just behave, you know, like with physics. Like they don't have pathing. They're just bouncing around, and they're mining the cave and the minerals and all that stuff. That was the premise. Like taking it into a roguelike fashion where you're trying to satisfy the tithes and the like you're getting upgrade selections and all that. That was just a potential direction that we went in. But this could be a different type of game. Like it could be an incremental game or something. Potentially. So it's kind of difficult to make that decision. Do we just keep going with the idea that we have, or do we have to explore all the potential ideas to find out the most fun one before we commit? It's kind of difficult to decide that.
But it's an important decision.
You learn things developing this project didn't go in vain. Absolutely. Absolutely. This was our very first 3D 3D game project. And I'm really glad that we started with that and we didn't jump straight into this game, because
Yeah, we might not even have ended up with something as cool as what we got.
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest.
even if you take the same exact idea for a game, where you are on your game dev journey and your experience will kind of shape the idea significantly, right? Especially when you're not comfortable with something, you might end up designing your game to accommodate for your skill level, right? You're not going to think of certain mechanics, certain systems that you're not quite sure how you would build. So sometimes it's better to put a game idea in the back burner and we're like, okay, let me do some more simple stuff. And when I feel like I'm ready, I'm going to try and tackle it.
Because I think we're going to learn so much from this game that we're doing right now as well.
100%. I recently learned how they mine IRL and realized what the dwarves are doing is illegal because you can't mine everything. There needs to be support pillars. Yeah, they don't care, do they?
It's like Minecraft.
Well, happy coding and drawing, you guys. We'll catch you again. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your Saturday. But then how am I going to overscope? You always find a way to overscope.
As if adding a whole comic system to this game was not overscoping it enough.
Yeah, the overscoping you can't
It just comes naturally.
avoid. Yeah. There's an argument that,
There's an
yeah,
argument.
that is a hell of an argument right there. True.
I am working on a low-level 2D rendering and parallel distributed computing API in pure modern C++ 20. I am simply very comfortable with C++. With that, I will, also, make a small game as part of a series to show off the API's capabilities. None of that will happen overnight, of course.
A low-level 2D rendering and parallel distributed computing API. Just completely over my head. Sounds cool though. Low-level
Thanks
2D
so
rendering.
much for the fart as well.
So this would be something that like an engine would use it to render stuff. So you're basically working on your own game engine kind of thing. It's not a game engine. Okay. But you could adapt it. Using that API, you can adapt it to be the rendering layer of a game engine, perhaps. Gotcha. Abnormalities, hello.
Hello, welcome.
Cool API by that fart though. True. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the 100 biddies. I got too enthralled by the actual message that I forgot you farted on us.
Thank you, Temtic, for the fart.
Yippee.
Yay, the yippies are back.
Oh.
No.
Mags fell on our keyboard again. You need some milk. Maybe it was the
I'm gonna
cat.
go cough.
It was the cat. Are you okay? Selena's dying in the other room. I need it for something entirely different. There are already enough excellent game engines. Gotcha. Dios mío. Good? Sure? He's not good.
I'm not- Let's maybe call it at 3 hours. I think 3 hours is a solid stream.
Yeah, that's a great stream. Absolutely. Good, no one's home today. Now I can watch the nerds during dinner without parents asking why I keep farting.
Nice. Have you seen my new month-old kitten? Have I? I don't think so. Or have I?
What am I
We
doing
talked
now?
about the kitten.
What am I doing?
Go to bed. Yeah, I will. I will. I think so.
We chatted about names. I
Yeah,
remember you told us the
We
name.
were talking about names.
What was the name again? It was a cute name. Roshko. Bulgarian for Shaggy.
Farting is just a thing we do here. Proudly thank you so much for those farts.
Staring at the game. What did I want to do?
You could play the game.
I did the zombies
Oh yes, look at that.
behavior. Nav behavior.
So cute.
Oh, I wanted to add another special zom. I want to add a special zom.
He's adorable, Mags. I love it.
We want a ranged zomb. I was asleep, woke up about an hour ago due to a nightmare. Oh
I
no.
hate that.
I've been chilling 2 streams to chill out. Fair enough.
I hope it's
3
helping.
a.m. Oh no. Maybe drink some nice warm beverage, some tea,
Is
maybe.
that an assisted feminine voice?
Yeah, look at this. Check this out. Check this out.
No,
No!
I ruined it. It's just me. It's me. I'm just sick, so my camera. I'm not here.
I was gonna say, Celine, draw a mustache. And then a mustache was gonna appear.
Oh well. Joke ruined. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And enjoy the walk, Tenzin. I thought I was exempt from the imposter shirt.
Alright, zombie ranged.
Oh yeah.
Zombie ranged.
You're ranged.
Excuse me? Excuse?
Snap, dude.
Can't say that. Right.
But I can though.
Rude.
You can't stop me.
Rude. We're gonna put this nerd here. Now if we do that, zombie deranged. Where'd it go? What? Hello? Huh?
You okay there?
Where is it? Where are the zombies? I don't know. Mod check. Mod check? Zombie ranged? Where? Hello? Is it? Oh, right. Right. It's because of the whole system I do for the zombie pooling. It doesn't want the zombies spawn hidden. The zombies spawn hidden. And then they only show up when they get activated. Okay, so let's do this slightly differently. Let's go over to our zombie manager. We're going to get our ranged zombie scene. And then I'm just gonna say spawn special zombie. Can I do that? Non-existent function. Okay. What do you mean? Non-existent function change state. But like, why? I suppose.
Why not?
But why? But why? I don't know. I don't know what is happening. On type state machine is nil. State machine, state machine, state machine. It makes no sense. Non-existent function. Is this some weird race condition here that I'm not understanding? Shouldn't be. Huh. Interesting. Well, since I'm hacking this in, I won't debug that right now.
Sorry.
Are you accepting mod applications? Temptic has unmodded me? They unmodded you from their stream? That's rough. That's rough. I guess we're not accepting mod applications. I don't know how we feel about mods. Like, we don't really need mods as it stands. Chat is very
I think we're very lucky to have such a wonderful community. Like, you guys don't need modding.
Yeah, you guys behave for the most part. It's very rare for us to have bad actors. So, yeah. You don't need me? Of course we need you, Tempting. Just for the good vibes, though, right? We need the Temptic vibes.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Temptic. They don't need you no more.
Don't say that.
Well behaved. I said for the most part. We need a mod to protect us from you when you say unhinged stuff like earlier.
Well behaved fonts.
Oh no, not this one. Not this one.
I think I'm grinding out.
Oh my god. Make it stop.
That one was so wet. I really wish I could laugh.
Oh my god. Thank you, Falg, for the 1,000 bits.
Thank you.
Lurkers shook.
The zombie face with the fart. Yeah, exactly. It's perfect.
Thank you so much, Falg. Very well behaved. Very polite. Very demure. Love it.
Yeah, extremely.
This one's worth the bits. Bang for your buck.
Bang for your fart.
See what happens when you fire Tempting. We didn't fire Tempting. Might want to crack a window. It's looking a little gassy in there. There's no draft. It's impossible. Oh boy. Oh no.
I wonder if you have made a giant fart reward for a fart cell bomb.
Well, there it is. Thank you so much for the 100 biddies, Blinky.
Thank you, Miss Blinky, for the fart.
There are many gigantic fart bombs
and there was much rejoicing.
Mining that gap. Oh boy. Thank you, Falji.
Thank you for the 42 biddy.
Sorry. I farted.
Oh no! Thank you so much for the 69.
Is that time of day? The nerds must have finished their coffee. And this happens. Sai Gama. How long could it take to learn Godot if you already have moderate programming experience? Sai, I think it depends on what kind of programming experience. And also... thank you, Falji. Like, the programming language, I suppose. If you're coming from C#, Godot does have a C# option. But I came from JavaScript personally, and I found GDScript to be really easy to get into. I would say it took me around 2 to 3 months to like feel really comfortable with the engine. I think no matter what, there's definitely still a little learning curve.
Oh snap!
Oh boy. Thank you, Lance.
Lance, thank you for that fart.
I am sorry that you are feeling unwell, Sal. But it is funny hearing you cough with the farts pineapple on pizza for the win, by the way.
I'm sorry I'm coughing so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it took me about 3 months, I would say. Yeah, but yeah, it's a really personal experience, probably. You know, I would definitely recommend Sai if you want to start with Godot. I don't know if you have experience with other game engines. I recommend Godot. I love Godot. But if you feel like you keep getting stuck and it's not clicking for you, there's always more options out there, right? You could try Unity, you could try Game Maker, Unreal, Construct. Like, there's so many options out there. And I personally started with Game Maker, which I enjoyed, but I was struggling a little bit to move forward. And then eventually I switched to Godot and it just clicked, right? So if you try out Godot and you feel like it isn't clicking, I do recommend trying out other options. Because your brain might just be on a wavelength that's more compatible with a different tool. I actually did just finish my coffee. There you go. There you go. That explains things. Were the little avatars dancing before, or is it because of the hype train? Yeah, I think they dance when on hype trains and bits and subs.
Wait.
Foul G. Oh my god.
Thank you, Foul G, for those subs.
Thank you for the 5 gifties.
Thank you.
Ay. Thank you. My goodness.
Noise. Thank you so much.
Gotta keep the train going. Level 3. Thank you.
Thank you for the train.
Okay. Do. Thank you so much for those gifties again. That's a lot of gifties.
Yeah.
And another gifty to Mags.
Huge.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's so kind.
I slipped up in chat and said I was starting to feel back to normal, recovering from migraines. And said, hold on. For my name, let me correct that phrase. Abnormally normal, not normal or something abnormal.
Whoa.
Abnormally normal.
That is a
Of
lot.
course. Of course. Abnormal is the baseline. So if you don't feel abnormal, something's wrong. Something like that? Gifty to Anima Rain and Abnormalities. Thank you, Pal G. Thank you so much. What a legend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the emotes and the nerd certification, of course.
Of course.
Born too late to explore the Earth, born too early to explore the universe, born perfectly to explore dank memes and, farting away into my lurk. Have a great stream.
Thank you, Miss Blakey.
Thank you, thank you. Love exploring dank memes.
Yeah.
It's my best pastime ever.
Love a dank meme.
Enjoy the lurk, Miss Blinky. Thank you so much.
Thank you for stopping by today.
Yeah, it's a lot of subs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, with a ranged zombie, we need a range.
Oh. Holy.
There's more. Falgi, thank you. Oh.
I love that. Thank you so much for the farts.
Oh boy. What is happening? Level 4. Thank you so much.
Level 4 hype trade. Thank you.
Zombie not declared. Oh, I see.
The zombie didn't declare his
I
His
do
items.
declare. Me at the moment. Still,
that's how I'm about to be in 15 minutes. I just want to finish drawing him.
the sleep hasn't come back yet. Abnormalities.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to go back to sleep after a nightmare because your brain keeps on showing you those things when you close your eyes. And you're like, brain, can you not?
Can you freaking not, didn't?
Exactly.
I would love more sleep or ice cream. Both sound good. Me right now, having a good time. Did you did you consume
The chicken?
the chicken? You're still riding high. the chicken high. I nailed it. It is the best feeling, you know, after a KFC, after a McDonald's. You're just top of the world. But it doesn't last forever, does it?
It don't. Sorry.
What is happening is my question.
I can't stop sneezing. That's what's happening.
There are dreams, nightmares I still remember from years ago. Emotional trauma.
Yeah, I still remember many nightmares from my childhood. Like, and I can see them vividly in my mind too. It's really scary.
Didn't you have a really weird one recently?
I did, but I can't remember that one. But I do remember my worst nightmares when I was like 5 or 6. I think the creepiest one was finding my cat's tail in our courtyard, and the tail was like zombified and like twitching, and then I looked over at my cat, and the cat was missing the tail, and it all kind of went really, and it was like really scary. Yeah, I did not like that. Yeah, and I could see it. I could still see it. It was
Finding Nemo nightmare. That's not good. I don't like that.
I also had a dream about like being in like a
Aren't they moving?
like a metro, subway, like train carriage that like you know in the movies when it like gets ripped apart, like, and it's like part of the carriage just gets like you know, thriller kind of movie like that, and then I was in it and with my mom, and my mom got torn off of the thing as well.
Oh my god. Okay.
Like she got just like tornadoed out. It was really awful dream that I remember it. Yeah, and then the tsunami recurring nightmare is definitely a thing. Watching too much Subway Surfers. Doo-doo. Oh, yeah, that is not that is an awful nightmare. Oh, that was it. The one I had the other day. Someone was trying to unalive me. Yeah. Never had one of those before.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
When you're using navigation agents, when you set the target of the navigation, so like this is the target where the zombie is trying to get to, but when they decide on where to go, they do this. Like, they don't try and move directly to the target. So I was using the navigation target to check the distance to the player, but the nav target is not the player, is like their next position, not their final position. So that So that's why that didn't work.
Thank you so much for the fart. Match my fart IRL. Oh no.
I think that's why that didn't work.
Let me
Anyway.
go cough again.
We probably need to call it soon here. I think Celine needs to not talk. Wine and pizza. Nice. Try and get this done and then we'll call it. So why?
Bruh.
Right, I need to set the target. Right. I need to do this. Okay, got it.
Thank you for the fart.
Lance is making sure to use this last opportunity. Enjoy the ice cream abnormalities. I hope you you find some sleep before the sun comes up. Groundus and Celine is feeling sick. Can you say thank you for the farts? I don't know. Bobbin asks, why did you pick that username? Do you mean our channel? Because we are two nerdy nerds?
Yeah, we are. I'm just
Yeah.
out for the count for a little bit.
Doing not this here. No. Let's see. Oh, they're moving. They're schmoving. Okay. We're making progress. It's all good, Langos. You don't need to say that.
You're free to come and go as you please. Was two nerdy chads taken? Two nerdy lads. Two nerdy...
Two nerdy jocks.
two nerdy jocks.
That would have been funny.
Two nerdy jocks.
Missed opportunity, huh? Okay. So, lots of stuff to do here still. I guess we'll continue that tomorrow. But essentially, we need the ranged zombie to... When they reach the desired range, they stop and they start firing the projectiles. We also need some sort of line of sight. So they can't just check for range. They need to check for line of sight. If they're in line of sight, and in range, then they can shoot. But this shouldn't be able to happen. So if I'm here and they stop there, but they can't shoot me because it'll hit the fountain, for example. So we'll need to do an extra check. We also probably want to make this check not every frame, so that you don't get into a situation where the zombie is like start, stop, start, stop. It needs to feel smooth, so we'll need to fix that as well. But yeah, I'm sure we can get that sorted out tomorrow. We'll, I don't know, probably like do a little, I don't know, like a spit or something. I don't know what kind of other projectile the zombie would have. I'm imagining we'd call them like spitters.
Yeah, could be.
Or maybe they would lob something. Maybe they just have enough extra brain cells that they actually throw something. But what they throw needs to...
Lobbers.
Lobbers. Yeah, that would also work. But they need to throw something that would apply the zombie virus, right?
Yeah.
Not just like a rock. That's why I think the spit works.
Yeah, I think so.
Flesh. Oh, no.
Okay.
Just a chunk. A severed arm.
We're almost there with him. Zombie.
Yeah. Nice. I love the spiky hair.
Yeah, because we're making them look sharp when they're zombies.
Yeah. It kind of just looks like he had a really long night and he just woke up.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, I drank too much. Help. The office party got out of hand. Zombie saliva. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Anti-zombie cure. Yep. Did someone nom on his tie? Oh no. Alright, nerds. So tomorrow we're gonna have more zombies and we're gonna have a ranged zombie type. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I mean, we'll probably, unless I'm miraculously feeling much better, we'll keep this setup.
Yeah, we'll see how Celine feels tomorrow.
Thank you for coming and hanging out with us, despite me being ill. Thank you, guys.
Good effort. You were drawing for 3.5 hours. We said we were gonna do a 1 or 2 hour stream. We went for 3.5.
Yeah.
So time for some rest.
Time for some rest.
I will, Mags. I will. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for hanging out, Lucas. Beast. Hello. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out, Langos. Right. Where are we going?
Where are we going? Where can we go at this time?
I'm seeing Red Cabin Games, and I feel like we don't usually get the opportunity to raid Red Cabin. I don't know if I'm crazy.
Why did you pick that? Because we are too. I'm just sick, as you can see there. So I've turned my camera off.
This nerd has the camera off today, but we're usually 2 people that happen to be nerds.
Oh, actually, it's like right up there on our name. It says Celine plus Bernardo is 2 nerdy nerds.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. Oh, I need to sneeze again. Oh no.
All right, we'll raid quick. We'll raid quick.
Quick,
Oh,
let's
blah, blah, blah,
go.
blah. We're gonna go over to Red Cabin Games. They are working on a wild game. It looks so cool. I believe they have a demo out. They're getting ready for full release. Yeah, they're kind of a game dev wizard. It's insanely impressive. So let's learn some stuff. Let's check it out.
All right, guys, we'll catch you all tomorrow, and we'll have more zombies. Thank you for coming.
See you tomorrow, nerds. Bye-bye.
Hey, to Nerdy Nerds, thank you so much. Wow, 40 people coming in. Very nice. Hello. Welcome. How is your roguelike game going? I'm pretty sure. Last time I checked, you were doing like a roguelike thing.